What is ego depletion? Ego depletion is a psychological concept suggesting that self-control is a limited resource. Just like a muscle, it can get tired after being used too much. When that happens, our ability to resist temptations, focus, and make rational choices starts to weaken. The idea was popularized in the late 1990s by psychologist Roy Baumeister. According to this theory, every act of self-control, resisting junk food, staying polite in an argument, forcing yourself to concentrate, draws from the same mental energy pool. Spend too much of it, and there's less left for the next challenge. That's why after a long day of disciplined work, people are more likely to binge-watch shows, snap at others, or make impulsive purchases. Classic experiments on ego depletion involved simple tasks. Participants who were asked to suppress emotions, resist eating cookies, or make difficult choices were later more likely to give up faster on puzzles or fail at self-control tasks. The conclusion seemed clear: willpower gets exhausted. But here's where it gets interesting. In recent years, ego depletion has become one of the most debated ideas in psychology. Large-scale replication studies have struggled to consistently reproduce the original findings. Some researchers argue that self-control may not be a limited resource after all, but rather influenced by motivation, beliefs, and expectations. In other words, if you believe willpower runs out, it might actually feel like it does. Modern interpretations suggest ego depletion may be less about running out of mental fuel and more about shifting priorities. When we're tired, the brain may simply decide that effort isn't worth it anymore. Motivation drops, attention drifts, and short-term rewards start to look more attractive than long-term goals. So does ego depletion exist? The honest answer is, it depends on how you define it. While the idea of willpower as a finite battery is increasingly questioned, the experience of mental fatigue is very real. Stress, lack of sleep, and constant decision-making clearly affect how we think and behave. Understanding ego depletion, whether as a resource limit or a motivational shift, helps explain everyday struggles with focus and self-discipline. And it reminds us of something important: taking breaks, simplifying decisions, and managing mental load may be just as powerful as trying harder.